Included in release 9.2 is the ability to set the path for your price book and bids. And this is really useful when you want to put your bids and your price book data on a server, and you also want to have access to it from other machines or other users be able to access the same data. There are two ways to change the location of your data. The first is actually moving the folder that the data is in, and we'll look at that in a moment. The second is to use a new command line start switch, which lets you start the estimating system and go to a particular location for the data. And so more than one user can have different sets of data and can be controlled by how they get into the estimating system. To change your data from the local drive and the install default folder, we're going to go to the C drive and to an installation of Easiest 9.2, which is EST92. We're going to right mouse click on the data folder and cut it, and then we're going to go to a network folder. In this case, I've got one set up as in here, and we're going to right mouse click and paste the data folder in onto the N drive, which is a network drive. We now have a data folder underneath the N drive. Next, we'll start the estimating system again. Now, normally you'd go to your shortcut in your desktop, but we're going to go right to the folder and to the executable that starts the estimating system. And we're going to start it up. When Easiest starts up, you'll see that it's got a dialog box here for the data folder path. And this is where you're going to redirect it to the network N drive. And so what I'll do is I'll go back to the N drive here, expand it, and choose the data folder, which is the one we moved, and click OK. Now let's go back to the Help menu and the About Easiest and to Technical Info. This time you're going to see the data folder is in the N drive, which is a mapped drive on a network server, and it's in the data folder. So we can see that the data is now on the network drive. The second feature in the data pathing is the ability to start the estimating system with a switch to direct it to a different folder for the data. And what we've done here is we've copied over some folders called Bob and John. And so even though the estimating system is getting its data from the data folder that we previously set, we can tell it when it starts up to get its data and use the data in the Bob folder. We'll demonstrate that now. Here we've created a shortcut called Easiest for Bob. If we right mouse click on this and go to Properties, you'll see in the target we have a line switch, and we have C:\EST92, which is the install folder on the local drive, and the startup program is ESTW.exe here. We have a space, quote, a /, and the word data equal. Next we have the drive letter where the data is, and that's the N drive. And then we have a / and the folder, which is called Bob. When we double click on this, it will start it up, and I've already got it started. I'm just going to move it over into position. And if we go to the Help screen and About Technical Info, we'll see now the data folder is N:/Bob. So you can see that even though the default folder is under the data folder in the N drive, when we started it up this time because of the switch, it is opening a different set of data. Some of the benefits to this new function feature is that if you are on a server in a network environment, we know your server is getting backed up on a regular basis. So in the event you forgot to back up your data here, you would have it in the backup for the server. Another feature is that since when you purchase EasyEst, it's licensed for one user on one computer. However, with this feature, you can have another user without purchasing another system. They would need to run the system from your machine, so they could not run it both at the same time. But in that case where you have another estimator, in this case we have Bob, his shortcut on the desktop could start up in his data, and yours can start up in the data folder or a folder named with your name. This allows you to work in a network environment somewhat. It's not a true network program, meaning it does not have file sharing and file locking, but there's a lot of things that can be done with this new function feature.